Thanks to everybody who has joined so far. Just right off the bat, we're not talking about baseball. We're not talking about softball. We're not talking about anything else except March Madness tonight. Um, One of my favorite times of the year, March Madness leading into, I don't know if everybody agrees with this. March Madness leading into the Masters is like peak sports to me. But, Jim, what are your thoughts on March Madness? Just before we talk about Tennessee's draw.
Absolute madness. I see this tournament. I think might be the craziest we've had in a while. Like I see a couple games that some people should be worried about.
Oh, yeah. It's all over the place. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. But Tennessee's draw, I saw a lot of people like saying it's a tough draw, which I think any draw in March Madness you could say is like
Yeah.
not easy. That's just a silly thing to say. But compared to other people's, I'm fine with what we got. What do you think, Jim?
I think we're fine. Like obviously, you have Michigan in our top half of the bracket when it comes to our region. Kentucky, I mean, you should have beat them twice this year. They got the best of you.
Yep.
Had two comebacks. Can't have that happen. Alabama went one of one. Texas Tech doesn't have JT Toppin anymore. Georgia, I mean, Iowa State, you said it earlier, could spook you. But, I mean, Kentucky could beat Iowa State. It's just
Yeah.
to me, Tennessee got lucky getting the 6th seed, actually. And believe it or not, Tennessee can match up to Michigan better than most teams just because of the big guys we have. Because that's exactly what Michigan is a big team that could shoot. So, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, when I talk about our draw, I'm really talking about just the bottom half of our bracket. I'm not even worried about the top half. Because if we get to that point, we will have well exceeded expectations,
Yeah.
I think just because of the way Purdue has been playing, we probably got I don't know. Is Iowa State the least scary 2 seed to you, or would that be someone else, Joe?
Purdue has been playing Purdue basketball this year.
They just won the Big Ten tournament. I mean,
Yeah. I'd probably say Purdue's probably the least scary, or UConn. Because I think Houston, I'm pretty sure, what was their record to end the season? Oh, they're actually. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with probably UConn. UConn's not the UConn basketball from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And then Purdue, I think we have the second scariest 2 seed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Iowa State's been impressive for a lot of the season. And you mentioned Kentucky. I mean, they could absolutely beat Iowa State, but they could also lose to who's it they played in the first round? Santa Clara. Santa Clara is not bad. Santa Clara is pretty good.
Nope. Yeah, they're not bad.
But, I mean, for all we know, Tennessee State could beat Iowa State. That's just how March goes. But, yeah, Tennessee, I'm not scared of their draw. Miami, Ohio, of course, the committee matches up with the most talked about, smaller school. I'm not really concerned about them. I think SMU might beat them. Just looking at Miami, Ohio's overall strength of schedule and everything that goes into it. But I'm glad they got in. You can't win 31 games and then not get in. So, but yeah, I think if Tennessee does what they're supposed to do, that they can make the Sweet 16 for the 3rd year in a row. And that's
I agree. Yeah. The 3 teams that we potentially face to get to the Sweet 16, I mean, I don't want to bash Virginia. I don't, but I think that's Tennessee's best. I mean, I'm looking at their best wins. I mean, they got annihilated by Duke. I mean, they played pretty tough. I don't know.
I mean, I think they're on the 3 line because of playing Duke close on Saturday. I mean, I think they would have been a 4 seed if they didn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean Virginia, I think we're going to match up well with them. It just depends on if we shoot ourselves in the foot like we're prone to doing our losses. I know you can say that about a lot of teams, but especially Tennessee. I mean, you look at Ken Palm, Tennessee's ranked 16th and they're 6th seed. That means we shot ourselves in the foot a lot of the year.
Multiple times.
So, I mean, that's just metrically Tennessee's better than where they're seated. And it's pretty simple. You can say the same for Vanderbilt too. So, any more thoughts on Tennessee before we hop into the bracket and make some picks here, buddy?
I don't think so. I think we'll get into it when we get towards that part of the bracket.
Cool. Sounds good. Okay, Jim, you're going to have to help me out here. Make sure we're getting the scene well here. I'll move us down. Do we go top left or bottom right?
Bottom right. Bottom right.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, now I'm on the screen
Go
sharing.
from top left. Yep. Top left to bottom left to top right to bottom right.
How are we looking here?
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Perfect. All right. First pick. I don't think this is much debate. Duke versus Siena. Gemma, I'll let you tee things off here.
I mean, we're both going to agree that Duke should absolutely probably cover the spread of this game. I mean, it's at 27.5 right now. I can see them covering the spread, but I don't think it's a bad decision to pick Duke here.
Certainly not. I will also go Duke. And for those who are wondering, we're going to fill out one bracket. If we disagree on anything, I have a coin to flip. So that's just how this is going to go. And again, if y'all think we're being stupid, if you think we made a stupid pick, put it in the live chat. We would love to interact with everybody. Next up, Ohio State versus TCU. I'll go first here. Ohio State played Michigan okay in that Big Ten tournament, but TCU did beat Florida early in the season. I mean, I think this is one of your 8-9 games to go either way, like they often are. I will go ahead and pick TCU, though.
And where's this game being played? South Carolina? Okay, so, I mean, about same distance for both, about.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's just tough. I hate these 9 seeds and get, you know. I might go. I'll take that with you. I'll take TCU. I think TCU is a good pick. Again, that game's a toss-up. I could see Ohio State winning that too. You know, it's like,
yeah,
it's just rough.
Yeah. St. John's versus Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa, they seem to be in the tournament at least every other year. Good program, but St. John's is playing very well recently. How are you feeling about this one, Jim?
Well, St. John's finished the season 19-1, and I don't think Northern Iowa is going to snap that streak. I think St. John's wins this. Probably, what's the spread here? 11.5. I'd take the 11.5.
I agree. When you beat UConn by, what was it, 20? You're on a pretty good roll there. And I don't think a 12 seed is going to slow you down. So no disagreements yet. Kansas versus California Baptist. Oh, hell. That was a good yawn, Jim.
That's okay.
I mean, Kansas is very interesting. The whole Darren Peterson situation, like, if he were to ever, like, really want to play, you would think it would be now.
Mm-hmm.
But you never know. I mean, but I'm still going to go with Kansas here. I don't think we have an upset yet.
I'd take the 14.5 points.
Yeah.
Again, this Darren Peterson saga, I wish they would just let kids just go straight from high school to the NBA. Because at this point, it's crazy that Kansas probably paid an absolute absurd amount of money to get this kid.
Yeah.
And he could be sitting out in the biggest part of the year, obviously. But yeah, I agree. I think Kansas should win this game. I think Darren Peterson will probably play 18 minutes. He'll probably play the first half and be done. But yeah, I don't see Kansas going far this year, though. I'll just say it like that.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. Louisville versus South Florida. I mean, Louisville, I think they've – I mean, call me crazy. I would say they've underachieved this year. That they were highly talked about before the season. I would still call them underseeded. I think they have the talent to make as good of a run as they want to, Jim.
I agree, but this one's a little sneaky. This one could sneak up on you. We might have to put this on. I don't know. You picking Louisville?
I am.
We might have to put this up to the coin of fate because, like,
okay.
I think I'm not saying USF's going to win. I'm just saying this game just is one of those that sticks out to me. That's like a team that could surprise somebody.
All right. Well, we have our first coin appearance. We have a Tennessee quarter, which is in a nice plastic case. Shout out Tennessee. Jim, I will let you call it. If you call it right, we will go with South Florida.
Heads never fails.
All right, here we go. We got heads.
I'm just saying, sorry, Louisville fans. Sorry.
I mean, this is a very scientific process. So the coin has told us South Florida. Our first upset of the night. Moving on. Michigan State, North Dakota State. What are you feeling about this one, Jim?
I think Michigan State's a really good basketball team. I don't think this one's a hard one either. I think Michigan State's going to win this game pretty easily.
I would agree with that. Not much more to say. Tom Izzo, he gets it done in March for the most part. I know he only has the one natty, but they're normally very much in the mix. So we're going with Michigan State there. UCLA versus UCF, in my opinion, one of the funniest coaches in all of college basketball, and Mick Cronin. I mean, I know a lot of people find him annoying as much as he cries about everything, but I kind of respect a coach who doesn't just go with normal coach speak. But yeah, they're playing UCF. What do you think about this one, buddy?
I think the easy pick is UCLA, but UCF. I mean, they beat Kansas earlier in the year. They beat Texas Tech. They beat BYU. I mean, they beat some big teams. They also lost to big teams by a lot. So, I mean, I feel like it's just, to me, this could be a March Madness kind of game where UCLA is not this unbeatable force.
Yeah.
So to me, this is another toss-up game. I kind of want to go UCF here. But that's up to you. I'm going UCF.
UCLA, we're talking about one of the slowest tempos in the tournament. They're in the bottom 10. USF plays faster than most. That could factor in, but I think at the end of the day, I'm going to go with UCLA too. I just think they're talented. Like you said, they've beaten some good teams, so we're going to go ahead and go with UCLA.
Technically, I picked UCF, but
never mind.
No. I think that's the right call. I think you got to go with it.
Well, I wasn't paying attention. Do you want to consult the coin?
You call it, and then we'll see what the coin says.
All right, here we go. I'll go with tails. Here we go. It's heads.
Oh.
It's heads.
This would be the year we get the perfect bracket too.
When we just go with the coin flip. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if we had a third person, but we don't. The tiebreakers are going to the coin. UCF moves on in our bracket. UConn and Furman. Do we need to spend a lot of time on this, Jim?
No, I don't think so. I think UConn can definitely handle Furman. I don't think this is the 2 seed that's going to go down how it normally, can sneak up. I don't think this is it.
I got you. I'm in agreement. Moving on to the South. You know that 16 seed playing game there, it's pretty interesting. I mean, for a playing game of two 16 seeds, but again, do we need to spend a lot of time on this?
No, Florida just lost badly to Vanderbilt. I'm gonna say Florida's gonna come out swinging. So
I would agree. Clemson and Iowa. I saw a tweet earlier said this sounds like an Outback Bowl matchup. I mean, it's two football schools. I mean, you get that sometimes in March. It's interesting. See how they'll come out on the basketball court. But Jim, how you feeling about this one?
I don't have any second guesses here. I think Iowa's gonna win. I think Bennett Sturts is gonna be a madman in March. I think he's gonna be a key factor for them to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, again, Iowa's a 9 seed. They're ranked 25th in KenPom. They're a little underseeded. Kind of the story with Tennessee. They had to fight to get into this tournament. Iowa's been here. Clemson's been here the last few years too. I mean, they both came on in Clemson's has come on in basketball the last few years. Pretty respectable program. But like you said, the Sturts, I think that's the X factor. I think we're going to go with Iowa.
I like it. I like that pick.
All right. Vanderbilt, McNeese State. Amir Khan is back in the tournament again.
Listen, I know they beat us twice this year, including the SEC tournament, but this game could surprise Vandy. They're going in with a lot of confidence. McNeese has Amir Khan, whatever his name is. They got the swagger.
Yeah.
I'm still going Vanderbilt for this one, though. I'm just going to just say that out.
Yeah. I mean, and I was talking to our friend Billy, our Vanderbilt insider, yesterday, Jim, after they beat Florida on the back of just terrific shooting. You know, when you play 3 games in 3 days and your shooting was that good, you're eventually going to regress to the mean. I don't think it matters in the first round, but in that second round, I think it could. But I think we're going to go – I'm also going to go with the Commodores here. All right, Nebraska and Troy. Nebraska was undefeated for a good – it was almost half the year. It might have been a little over half the year. They started out crazy good. They've come down to earth a little bit. They still come in as a 4 seed playing Troy. Jim, what are you thinking about this one?
I think Nebraska's going to win this game. They played Michigan tough. They played Purdue tough. They played Illinois pretty tough. They've also, beat a couple good teams. They beat Illinois earlier in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just think this Nebraska team's tough and gritty. I think Nebraska takes it.
I agree. I think, and this is a crazy stat. This would be Nebraska's first win in the NCAA tournament. I mean, that's just that's insane. I think it was 2 years ago they made the tournament, and they couldn't get past the first round then either. I mean, obviously they're not a basketball school, but that is still a crazy thing to say that they have not won a game in the NCAA tournament. I don't know how many schools you can even say that for, as far as Power 5 schools. Power 4, Power 5, whatever it is now. But moving on, North Carolina and VCU. VCU, one of the last teams in. They did win their conference tournament, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's 100% true because the guy they had on CBS talking about the last few teams, he said they wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for them winning that tournament, their conference tournament. But playing North Carolina, a team that beat Duke, one of Duke's only losses. What are you thinking about it, Jim?
North Carolina's out. No Caleb Wilson. He's out for the year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, North Carolina is still really good, but Caleb Wilson is a big motivating factor when it came to beating Duke that day.
Yep.
And again, I don't want to pick VCU just because Caleb Wilson's out. I still think North Carolina is going to win this game, or they should win this game. But this is a sneaky one. VCU could be a a sneaky game here for North Carolina without their biggest piece.
I agree it's sneaky, but I'm not feeling an upset here. I think North Carolina does advance here, but they probably won't get too much further after that. Illinois versus Penn.
No question, Illinois should probably get a smoke this Penn team.
You know, I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, again, if we're being stupid, put it in the chat. I'm pretty sure Penn has Iowa's old coach. So these are two coaches who have played each other a lot. I don't know if that'll matter much when you look at the talent difference. I mean, all the foreign white guys Illinois has, like, they're probably not going to be able to keep up. Tennessee saw it earlier in the season in Nashville. Tennessee was leading in that game, and then Illinois just avalanched on us in the last 10 or so minutes. I think that'll happen earlier against Penn. I think they will win comfortably there. All right. St. Mary's versus Texas A&M. Man, Bucky came into the SEC and made a splash in his first year with that pressing all-game style, shooting a lot of shots. It caused a lot of teams in the SEC trouble. Do you think that style can get them past St. Mary's in the first round?
I think Texas A&M is a gritty team. I think St. Mary's is pretty good, but again, I think A&M has a kind of an advantage here playing in the SEC compared to St. Mary's schedule. So I'm going to go ahead and say A&M wins this, but it will be a good game. I think this is going to be a really good game.
Yeah, I think this could be one of the most interesting games of the first round. I think it'll be great. I do think and agree with you that Texas A&M comes out on top. Hopefully this goes better than us picking SEC teams in the last couple of years. You know, because the SEC is always I think for the last 3 years they've gotten the most teams in, and they just can't get it done in the tournament for whatever reason. But I'm still going to pick them against my better judgment. So Houston and Idaho, do we need to spend time, Jim?
No.
I agree.
No.
Houston, I mean, great program, one of the best teams all year. We're moving on. All right, back up top, starting with the West, Arizona and Long Island. Again, do we need to spend time?
No.
I would agree.
That's a quick one.
All right. Villanova. Have they been in a tournament a lot since Jay Wright retired? Because I do not remember it. If they have been, I don't know if anybody wants to fact check us on that. But they're back in it. They're playing Utah State, who won their tournament. What are you thinking about this one?
Listen, I'm a Utah State guy. I think Utah State is a very good basketball team. I've watched them a couple times this year.
Yep.
It's going to be another one. 8-9 seed. I think this could be a really good basketball game. Anyone could win. My gut tells me Utah State.
I think we're going to have to consult the coin. I like Villanova. I like Villanova, so I will let you call it.
Tails never fails.
Okay, we're going tails now. Tails. Utah State. Yeah, I mean, you've won 2 and I've won. No, I think you've won all the coin tosses.
Yeah, won all of them.
So there you go. Wisconsin and High Point. High Point has been an interesting team to watch this year. Wisconsin also, they've been playing well recently. I think this is going to be, I think this is going to be a fantastic game, but I would say Wisconsin gets it done.
Yeah, Nick Boyd is going to be that guy in March. I'm telling you, I don't know why, but I could see High Point winning too. But I'm picking Wisconsin.
Yeah. All right, the Razorbacks, fresh off their, pretty easy SEC tournament run. Their obviously hardest test was Vanderbilt. It fell their way. They ended up winning it. Darius Acuff, he's at least a top 3 player in college basketball right now, to me. Just the way he's been playing the last couple weeks. But I would ask this question for here too, even Jim. Do we need to spend time? you know,
No, Arkansas. Arkansas is going to make a run here.
yeah, I think Arkansas is one of the teams to watch as a Final Four. I mean, I don't know if you even call it a dark horse right now.
Their biggest challenge, if they could, and we'll talk about it when we get there, but it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. All right, BYU versus Texas or NC State. Let's go ahead and say who's going to win in that playing game first, Jim. Who are you feeling there?
I think NC State. I think NC State is a pretty good basketball team. They play with a lot of passion. I think that's going to be a really good basketball game, though. I think that's going to be it's going to set the tone to March. I don't think Richie Saunders, is he out for the year or is he back? I have to look that up.
I'm not sure. I'm looking up right now what Texas has been doing recently. The answer is not great. They've kind of limped in here to the tournament. They were lucky to make it. They have lost 5 of their last 6 games going into this tournament. Again, lucky to make it. If it were me, I'm picking NC State. I just don't think Texas can turn it on immediately and get past this playing game. So, but here's the question: does it even matter? Do you think either one of these teams can beat BYU?
Oh, I think NC State could beat them. I'm just AJ Despansa and whatever his name is, and then that Robert Wright is another guy I think is on that team.
Yeah.
I'd probably still go BYU here, like as the safe pick.
Yeah.
But NC State, I'm telling you, that coach, what was it? Will Wade, is that his name? I don't know what is
NC State. Yep, it's Will Wade, who came from McNeese, who was formerly
and
at LSU.
Copeland and all that. Yeah. Again, it's hard to pick these when you don't know exactly who is in it, but I'd still probably go BYU.
I would too. I mean, Despansa is just he's an X factor, and I think it'll be enough to get past this round for sure. Gonzaga versus the Sun Belt champion Kennesaw State. Do we need to spend time?
I mean, they got a guy named Simeon Cottle. All right, dude scores 20 a game, but Gonzaga's got Graham Ike. I don't know Kennesaw State's big men, but I think that game is going to flow through Graham Ike.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and say, Gonzaga's moving on.
I would agree. I it's kind of we're picking a lot of chalk right now, but that's just what we're feeling. And I don't want it to be like last year. I hope we're wrong, but I do have a few upsets on the way just to spoil it now, Jim. But moving on, Miami versus Missouri. I really like Missouri when they're clicking. It just depends on if they're clicking or not. I'm going to say they're going to be clicking against Miami and go ahead and get that win.
I like that pick. I don't know why Miami sticks out to me, thinking that they could – I think we leave this up to the coin. I think we leave it up to the coin.
Okay.
I think this is a coin kind of game here.
All right. Did we even call anything? Let's do it again.
Didn't call anything. It's your turn to call.
All right. I'll go with tails. It's heads.
Oh.
I'm 0 for 4. How about that?
All right, Miami moves.
Miami's moving on. And here's my upset. Queens is winning this game.
Really?
I watched our good friend Bryce, who, if y'all don't know, he started a Twitter page for Austin Peay, Gov Talk. Queens is who knocked Austin Peay out of that tournament. They have guys all over the court who can hit threes. They have guys who can get to the basket. I really like Queens. As much as I hyped up Purdue earlier, talking about how they're not the worst 2 seed, even though they.
Wow.
I really like Queens. This is where my upset comes.
I'm going Purdue, so we got to leave it up to the coin.
Man,
But-
if I don't win this, one,
But I'm telling you, dude, I kind of want to go Queens just to do it. But
I'll give you 5 seconds to go Queens before I flip this.
no, I'm undefeated on the coin here, and heads never fails.
All right, here we go. Tails.
Oh, well, we're going Queens.
There we go. And if this coin is right,
We
somebody pay us.
No, you put that in a vault somewhere.
Hey, it's already in a plastic, beautiful covering here, so I will do it. Last region of the first round to pick. Do we need to spend time? Michigan versus.
Absolutely not. Michigan's gonna destroy whoever they play.
All right. This right here, Georgia and St. Louis. I'll say this where we talk about this game. St. Louis has a coach who, if Rick Barnes were to retire in the next couple weeks, I would call him. But Georgia's been playing well, and in the last few weeks, I would probably still go with Georgia just because of the talent. But St. Louis, again, I think this is going to be one of the best games of the first round.
Give me, what's his name? Wilt Chamberlain, whatever they call him. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the white one, the white
Mhm.
Mamba. Give me St. Louis here.
All right. We're going through the coin again.
It's your turn to call.
All right. I'll go heads. I'm on a winning streak now.
Uh-oh.
We're going with Georgia. All right. Texas Tech and Akron. This might be another upset, honestly. They're not the same team without Toppin. How do you feel about it?
I 110% agree with you there, but I think Christian Anderson is good enough to get them past Akron. They do have a guy, Tavari Johnson, who averages 20 a game. I mean, I think they could get past Akron. That's all I'm saying. That's just my opinion. I think Texas Tech can at least get past Akron.
I'm going with you there. Like I said, they're not the same team without Toppin, but I think they're a good enough team without him to get past Akron in the first round. But I do think it'll be closer than a lot of people think. Alabama and Hofstra. Are we spending time on this?
I'm just saying I could see Alabama losing this game.
You know, Alabama didn't look very glamorous in their loss to Ole Miss. Ole Miss is not a good team. I mean, the case in Alabama and all these teams who play fast and shoot a lot of threes is if you're cold, anything can happen, you know. But I still think Alabama can get past them. But I agree with you. I think Hofstra is nothing to overlook for them. But I do think they're going to get past them, move on to the second round. And now we arrive at our most interesting, the one that means the most to us. Let's talk about this playing game first. Miami, Ohio, the team who was undefeated until, what was it, Thursday? When they lost in their conference tournament to UMass.
Yep.
Playing SMU. Who we going to play?
I haven't watched SMU much. My heart wants Miami, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's like, oh, well, why would you want that? Why would you? Because I think Tennessee will bully both these teams down low in the post. But, like, if I want an easy path, give me Miami, Ohio. Because Tennessee will actually, like, just play bully ball.
Yeah.
When it comes to down low. So, I want Miami, Ohio to win just for the Cinderella story.
Yeah. I think Miami, Ohio would be the most interesting game to watch, you know, to me, because they just have a knack for winning. I don't think Tennessee can take either of these teams lightly, whoever does move on, obviously. But I think Tennessee can get past the first round here. So
I agree.
Virginia and Wright State. Wright State, another one of those teams, like I mentioned earlier, like Northern Iowa, who is in the tournament very often. Going up against Virginia, who we've touched on a little bit. Been playing well recently. They played Duke very good in the ACC tournament. Do we need to spend time on this, Jim?
No.
I agree. Kentucky and Santa Clara. Santa Clara is a good team. Kentucky has the knack for playing down to their opponents. How you feeling about this?
As much as I want to say Kentucky gets knocked out first round, I'm sticking with the Wildcats here.
We've seen Kentucky lose these games before in the tournament. Most recently to that dude who just shot a bunch of threes. I forgot even the team, honestly. In Cal's last year, but just on principle, I'm going to pick Santa Clara because I want to go to the coin and see if the coin has Kentucky losing.
Do it. Do it.
Is it your pick?
Yep.
All right.
Heads never fails. Heads never fails.
All right. We got heads. We got heads. Santa Clara's moving on. I love it. The last game of the first round for us, Jim, Iowa State and Tennessee State. I live 20 minutes from Tennessee State. Great story. First time they've made the tournament in 30 years. Do not think it will be a very long trip, though, because Iowa State is pretty good.
Give me the damn coin. Give me the damn coin.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
Your pick.
I love it. I love it. Let's go with dropping the coin in between my legs. Let's go with tails. It's heads. I'm sorry.
Damn.
All right. First round is over. And we're back up to the top for these second round matchups. Jim. Duke and TCU.
Good. Duke's too good.
Yeah.
Too good.
I would agree. I don't think much more needs to be said. I mean, Duke is just – they're a wagon. I mean, I think it'd be an upset if they didn't make the Final Four, honestly. St. John's in Kansas. I'm going St. John's just because of the way they've been playing, honestly.
I agree, and no one knows what the $2 million man is doing or whatever he's getting paid. I'm going St. John's too. I mean, they stay hot and they roll into a hard Duke team to beat.
Absolutely. South Florida and Michigan State. Does South Florida bow out here to the higher seed and more prestigious program?
Yes.
I
think Michigan State would win that game, yes.
Same story here. Does UCF bow out to the more prestigious program?
Yeah, UConn wins. I think this is where it starts getting a little chalky.
All right. I would agree. Moving on, Florida and Iowa. Are we going with chalk again?
Yes. Florida moves on to the Sweet 16.
You know, I agree, and I it's boring to pick chalk, but I think it's a lot like last year where the 1 seeds are just on a different level. You know, I think the 2 seeds are better than they were last year, but again, these 1 seeds are going to be hard to beat. Vanderbilt and Nebraska, Jim.
I think Vandy wins. I think Nebraska's a tough team. I think this will be a good game, but to me, it's 50-50. I would say Vandy.
Yeah. You know, I talked about it when we talked about the first round matchup with McNeese. Those 3 games in 3 days can catch up to you. I think I'm going to go with Nebraska, and we'll have to consult the coin. It's my pick, ain't it?
It's your pick. Your pick.
All right. We'll go heads. Heads. Commodores are out in the second round.
Dang.
Alrighty. North Carolina, Illinois. I don't think either of us were very high on North Carolina. Do they drop this one to Illinois?
I think so, dude. I think Illinois moves on. I
would
think
agree.
Caleb Wilson being missing here is a big factor.
Yeah. You know, it's as simple as that. You said it. I mean, that's the straw that stirs their drink. Illinois is too good of a team. Very interesting game to me here. Houston, slow team. Texas A&M, fast team. A clash of styles. How do you see this one going?
Not interesting to me. I think Houston wins.
Houston's very good. I mean, that's just all there is to it. I do think it will be interesting, but I do think Houston's just talent and know-how and experience get it done here. But Texas A&M, no matter what happens, has had a great season with Bucky in his first year there. Back up to the West, second-round matchups, Arizona and Utah State. You said you liked Utah State. Do they have what it takes here?
No.
Yeah.
I like Arizona here.
I would agree. I mean, they're just too good. I mean, they're just too good. Wisconsin and Arkansas. This might be the best game in the second round to me.
Yeah, I could see that. Or our game, I think.
Yeah.
That could be it. Yeah.
Our game, if you like scoring, probably not. If you like scoring, this is probably the best game. How you feeling about it?
I kind of want to go Wisconsin just because of the veteran guys on Wisconsin's team. I mean, Arkansas is a young team. They have a lot of talent. They should win this game.
Yeah.
But I feel like that veteran, those senior guards on Wisconsin are going to cause some problems. I mean, this might be a coin. This might be a coin flip, or I don't know if you agree with me.
No, I agree, and I'll tell you why. Arkansas, the same deal with Vanderbilt, has played the 3 games in 3 days. You know how many players they played today?
7.
So I think that's going to catch up to him. I think Wisconsin's too good for that fatigue not to matter. So the Badgers are moving on. BYU and Gonzaga. I think I'm going to pick BYU here. I'm going to ride with.
I agree.
I'm going to ride with the lottery pick.
Yeah, I agree. Robert Wright is another good point guard who could score. I think Gonzaga will have their hands full.
100%. Miami and Queens, as much as I like Queens, I think they will exert a lot of effort to get past Purdue in my scenario, in the coin scenario. And I have Miami moving on.
I agree. In that scenario, yeah, absolutely. I think Queens is going to be exhausted after that game.
Yeah. Michigan, Georgia. Is Michigan just too good, Jim?
Yes. I think Michigan – it's sad seeing them in our bracket because the realistic me knows that we're not beating that. So –
Yeah. Michigan's a wagon, and I will agree with you there. As far as that matchup goes, Texas Tech and Alabama, does the absence of Toppin show up here?
Alabama's one of those teams, like you said, if they're not hitting their 3, this game could be a lot very interesting. If it were me, I'd take Alabama just because of Toppin missing, but I could see Texas Tech winning this game.
As much as it pains me, I'm going to pick Alabama too, setting up a terrific Sweet 16 matchup against Michigan. Like I said, I mean, that's my whole thing with Tech, man. I mean, Toppin, that's a bad guy to lose late in the season. So Crimson Tide move on. Tennessee and Virginia. I think me and you both like this matchup. Does Tennessee avoid shooting themselves in the foot and move on to the Sweet 16 for the third year in a row?
If Tennessee plays their game
Fourth year in a row.
and does what they have to do, I think this should be relatively not easy, but I think Tennessee could win by, 6 to 10 points. It's just they got to hit their free throws. They have to no silly turnovers, no stupid fouls. Gillespie needs to know in a game like this, you can't be getting 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Please,
they need you, and if that happens, you have to let him play. You have to let him play.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point when you're talking about win or go home. I mean, and Rick did play him against Auburn when he got those 2 quick fouls on Thursday. So I have confidence he would do that again if that does happen. What gives me confidence about Tennessee, and I'm just choosing to be positive, Gillespie found the shot a little bit against Vanderbilt. It didn't lead to a win because for whatever reason, Nate Ament cannot – whatever Vanderbilt does to guard – whatever they did to guard Ament this year worked. He got most of his work done at the free throw line, but like I said, Gillespie found his shot a little bit. That gives me confidence. Hopefully he can carry that through. And Ament does his thing to the tune of, 18 to 25 points, and I'm going to pick Tennessee to move on. Like we agreed, I think this draw bodes well to make the fourth Sweet 16 in a row.
And potentially more. So, and we'll get into that. So,
yeah. All right. The coin picked Santa Clara here. Doesn't matter. Does Iowa State just pose too much of a challenge?
Yeah, I think Iowa State's a really, really good basketball team. I think regardless of who they played, it'd be a tough game for either one of those teams.
Yeah.
And yes, Joshy boy, game's at 4:25, I believe. It's pretty early.
Oh, the times are out now. Cool. Because they weren't out before we started.
Yeah, I think we would have to refresh, but we can look that up after.
All good. All right, back up to the top. We got our Sweet 16 matchups. We're getting down to it here, Jim. Duke and St. John's. You got Shire running Coach K's program. I mean, pretty much just like Coach K was running it now after a few years of practice and experience. And then you got one of the best coaches in college basketball history in Rick Pitino, who comes out on top here.
I want to say St. John so bad, but I feel like Duke.
Say it.
I feel like Boozer's just too good, dude. I just think Boozer's too good. I think I'm going Duke.
All right. Thing about St. John's is the defense is good. I mean, that's their calling card. If they can find a way to slow him down, I think this is anybody's game. I'm going to go with Rick Pitino and the experience here. I think how their season ended last year with their best player just missing shots and being ineffective against Arkansas, I don't think that's going to happen again. I think they're going to have a much better ending to their season here, and they're at least going to get past Duke. So,
leave it to the coin.
I forgot whose call it is. I think it's mine.
Let's go. Yeah, you go.
All right. We'll go with heads to see if Rick Pitino gets it done. We got tails. No fun. All right. Duke is moving on to the – what the hell would this be? The Elite Eight. All right. Michigan State and UConn.
I think UConn gets it done.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Izzo knows what he's doing in March. It may not result in more than one national championship, but he's always there, man. But I do think UConn has the better team. So I'm going to agree with you here.
I like it.
Florida, Nebraska. Does Nebraska's run to the Sweet 16, resulting in their first 2 tournament wins end here?
Yes, I think Florida's too good. I think Florida's only challenge is going to come from the Elite Eight and on.
I got you. I mean, that's I think that's the case for a lot of these 1 seeds. Illinois and Houston. Again, the clash of styles. Does this clash of styles interest you a little bit more?
It's gonna be, to me. It's the 2 freshman phenoms, Keaton Wagler and Kingston Flemings. They're to go at it. I think I like Houston's coach a little bit better. I kind of want to go Houston here.
Just looking at the KenPom ratings, it's not as much of a clash of styles as I thought. Man, that again, watching that Illinois team against us, which I know is not the best measuring stick when you're talking about them playing Houston, but I would say Kelvin Sampson does get it done here, and Houston's going to move on. I mean, I think that's going to be a fantastic game too. Pretty much all the games from here on out will be. But back up to the top, Arizona, Wisconsin. What are you thinking?
I think Arizona's too good. And I think Tobe Awaka, a fallen ball here, is going to get to the Elite Eight.
Yeah. I think Arizona's just too athletic here, too talented, too much firepower. So I'm going to agree with you, Jim. And Arizona will move on to the Elite Eight. BYU Miami. This is the most non-chalky game we have in the Sweet 16. It's very interesting. Do we ride with the lottery pick still?
I do. I think BYU gets it done to get to the Elite Eight.
I would agree. This is in this scenario. This is one of those runs where one guy just puts the team on their back. Something not seen at BYU since the days of Jimmer Fredette.
Again, and this is what North Carolina's missing. I mean, if they had a Caleb Wilson, you'd be talking differently to where North Carolina could beat an Illinois. It's just they just don't have that piece.
Yeah, 100%. Setting up that game with Arizona in the Elite Eights, down to the final region here in the Sweet 16 in the Midwest, Michigan and Alabama. Again, if that happens, that is a terrific matchup. Both teams might score in the 100s. How are you feeling about it?
Nothing would please me more than Tennessee and Alabama getting to an Elite Eight and Tennessee getting their get back.
Yep.
I truly think this is where Alabama has their crazy shooting day and it goes absolutely berserk and somehow wins this game. I think we leave this up to the coin, though. I think this is a game you leave up to the coin.
Yeah. So you're picking Alabama?
Yes.
See, I would have to go with Michigan just because of what I've seen this year, and Alabama's, tendency to just fall off against teams at certain moments. But yeah, let's go to the coin. I think it's your call.
Going heads never fails, man. Heads never fails.
If I don't quit dropping this damn ass coin. All right, here we go. Heads. We got tails. I'm sorry.
Damn.
All the 1 seeds have made the Elite Eight. Chalk. It's Chalk City. But right here, Tennessee and Iowa State, does the run in here for the Vols?
Realistically, and it's hard going against the Tennessee Vols, but we whoop Iowa State's ass, and we get ourselves to the Elite Eight to play the big Michigan team that everyone's scared of. Just saying.
You know what? I don't have the sunshine pumper hanging up for no reason, Jim.
Pump it. You pump that sunshine.
Tennessee makes the Elite Eight. Third year in a row.
Yeah, baby.
Now, the prize might be getting absolutely blasted in the Elite Eight.
It's fine. If we made the Elite Eight, this season would be an absolute success.
No, 100%. You do something the program had done once before in the last 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So we're in the Elite Eight now in our brackets. Duke and UConn, man, What are you feeling?
I feel like Hurley gets past him, dude. I don't know why. I hate Dan Hurley, but I feel like some way, somehow, he gets this big, gigantic win.
All right. It's hard to go against Boozer, but ooh. You know what? I think I'm going to agree with you. UConn has been there and done this as far as, Hurley is concerned. He knows what to do. They're coming off a brutal loss. I think they'll be ready to roll here, have a good reset. So, yeah, I think we're going to go UConn.
I love it. I love it.
Florida and Houston, a rematch of the Final Four last year. Where Houston, no, this is our rematch of the championship game. Does Houston not blow that lead late, or does Florida move on?
I think Florida's magic runs out here.
All right,
I think it does.
Man, just watching Florida this year in conference play, it's hard to pick against them in any game. I think they do have the same, front line power as they did, but I think not having Clayton probably makes them lose here. So I'm going to agree with you. We're going to go Houston there. Arizona and BYU. Does DeBance's generational run end here in the Elite Eight? Elite
Yes.
Eight.
Yes.
Okay.
It's so chalky this year, dude. It's just like,
yeah. I think after last year, a lot of people are afraid of not going chalk. But, like I said, all these top teams are just so good.
yeah.
I mean, even the 2 seeds are pretty good. But, yeah, I'm going to agree with you there. I think Arizona just has too much for them. So, UConn, Arizona, and Houston have punched their tickets to the Final Four. Does Michigan end Tennessee's run here?
I think we leave it up to the coin, dude. I can't put any bias whatsoever into this. I don't even want to say, Tennessee's going to win this game. I don't think Tennessee's going to win this game. But we leave it up to that beautiful coin you got there, and that's what we go with.
It's a Tennessee coin. I mean,
there's no bias in the coin. It's just material.
I'll say Michigan wins just so we can legitimately go to the coin.
Let's go to the coin.
So here we go.
Come on, coin.
Who wants to call it?
Let me call it. Shit. Heads never fails, baby. Come on. Come on.
Heads for Tennessee's first Final Four. Here we go. We got heads.
Let's go, boys. We made it. We made it.
My goodness. I came in this wanting to be a little bit realistic, but that's no fun.
It's no fun.
This
That's
is a
not
Tennessee
what bracket season's for. It's not for fun. It's for dreams. And dreams are about to be made. Tobe Awaka plays his old team in the Final Four.
What a storyline. And Felix Agpar stuffs him in a locker. All right, well, let's pick the other game first. We've been talking about chalk this all time. This is not an extremely chalky Final Four, thanks to the coin in some instances.
Yeah.
But here we go. UConn and Houston. How do we feel?
I mean, I think it's going to be an absolute stellar basketball game.
Yeah.
I think Houston gets it done. I think Houston gets back to the championship. And honestly, I'm about to tell you, if this happened, it'd be Rick Barnes versus old friend.
Yeah.
For the national championship. That's all I'm saying. Because we're going to the coin for the other game. We're going to the coin.
We'll just go to the coin for Tennessee from now on. Because I don't want to utter the words Tennessee loses this game. That's, like we said, it's just no fun. But, yeah, I'm going to agree. I think Houston has a mission. So, But here we go. We're going to the coin. I guess it's my turn to call it. Owaka versus his old team 2 years later. We'll see how it goes down. You went with heads. I guess I'll go with heads too. Here we go.
Come on, baby. Come on.
Tails. Sorry.
Damn it! Well, the streak ends there. I'll take a Final Four, dude. I'll take a Final Four.
If the coin gets us to the Final Four, unlike many a team before this year's, I will take it. I don't care how we get there. But Tennessee bows out in the second to last game. Tough.
Yep.
But Cougars versus Cats. Which one comes out on top in the championship game?
If this actually happened, I think Houston finally gets it done. I think, in my opinion, I feel like Houston has all the tools. I think Arizona is a really good basketball team. I'd be cheering for Arizona in this case, just for Tobe Awaka to get there.
Yeah.
But my gut says Houston.
You know, I think it would be a shame not to go to the coin for the championship game.
It'd be a shame. It would be a shame.
So I'm going to say Arizona. And you get to pick who wins this natty.
Heads never fails, baby.
All right, here we go.
Give
Heads.
it to me.
Heads. Houston gets it done finally.
You're welcome, Houston fans. You're welcome.
I guess. How many points, Hell?
In that
100.
game, I'd say like 125. Like
What a stinker. Holy shit.
it'd be a boring basketball game.
Well, that'll do it for our brackets. Man, that coin was on a roll for a second for Tennessee.
It really was.
You know, oh hell, what are we doing? Anyway, I think that's not a bad. Those aren't bad picks. The coin kind of made us pick some silly stuff at times.
Yeah.
But, you know, just talking about Tennessee, realistically, if it wasn't up to the coin, I think we do buy out in the Sweet 16 game. But that's just me being realistic. But, again, you know, making the second weekend with this team with all the troubles, I don't think it would be anything to be upset about at that point. Do you disagree?
No. This team could go all the way. They could. They're not going to the way they played all year, but does Nate Ament just go absolutely berserk in March? Does he give you those performances? Does Gillespie have a game where he scores 30 to will them to a win? Does what happens? March is crazy. It wouldn't be crazy for Tennessee to go all the way. It wouldn't. I mean, it would be crazy, but
I mean, we've talked about it before in these last few weeks. You know, when Tennessee was in one of their 4-game winning streaks, or when they were blowing leads during conference play. You know, as inconsistent as they've been, just the laws of March says this would be the team to finally break through to that Final Four. I know that's not always the case. A lot of times the best team does win, but a good amount of the time the bracket just falls in your favor. I think that's what happened for Alabama 2 years ago. I think that's what happened for pick any Cinderella you want. George Mason, Loyola, damn you, Sister Jean. Just anything can happen, and that's the beauty of this tournament. It's the beauty and the ugliness, really, because good teams lose to nonsense teams all the time, but that's what makes it fun. You never know what's going to happen. So, any more thoughts tonight, man, before we call it a night?
No, and it's off basketball right now, but USA just tied the game 1-1 against the DR. I mean, Gunnar Henderson had an absolute nuke to tie the game. So,
hey, USA.
USA. That's what I'm about to go watch. So,
beautiful. Especially now that it's tournament time. VIP play, user code 1796TN make a $20 bet. Once that first $20 bet settles, you get $10. $10 bonus bets, I mean. So you have 10 bets to do whatever you want with. That's plenty of bets to make some coin on this crazy thing we call March Madness, Jim. And with that being said, thank you for everybody who has watched. 167 of you at one point or another. We appreciate it. And go Vols.
Go Vols, baby. Final four. Here we come.